Hello internet, hello my friends, welcome to my first big decluttering video. This is my journey of how I finally beat the mess. I mean, do you ever feel like you're just living in a dumpster? Looking around like, am I sitting in a pile of trash? Hello internet, I'm 8.5 bags into a major declutter. This, you can't see some of, I'll show you here, I'll show you. This is a lot from my closet. I'm now cleaning out this odd-shaped, sort of large teepee closet I've got. It would make a good music room. Anyway, I've hit a wall, so I've made a list. I need to get through this. I need to set myself up for success. I need to be focused. I need to clear my head. I need to be just ready for anything. I need to be indistractable, serene, able to think clearly, able to film anywhere and it looks totally ready. And I'm just done with it. I'm bored with this struggle. I'm bored with this loop. I'm bored with cleaning and getting stuff. And so I've got the day off work today. And I guess I'll start with these plastic dirty Birkenstocks that I love because I hate wearing shoes. And I resent that everywhere is poured concrete. This video is dedicated to Stacy in Philadelphia. My friend, I know you've been meaning to clean your basement and I want you to put this on. Well, you've already put it on. Thanks for putting it on, but please clean along with me. I've made this with you in mind and also everyone else out there who's got too much going on. I was at the Museum of Natural History today and I read the most bestest simplification. Once people learn to cultivate food crops, their whole social life undergo a radical change. Back at the start of things, right? The bulk of their tools and their utensils made being a nomad increasingly difficult. And the discovery of iron also contributed to an elaboration in material culture. People were forced to settle down in one place to look after their fields, and this in turn meant they had to formalize their relationships with their neighbors. Legal mechanisms were developed for settling disputes within the local community. Larger groups of people, connected by marriage or by some other circumstance, found it convenient to accept a common political head, leading to the formation of tribes and nations. While cultivation as an economy offers much greater rewards, it also invites greater hazards such as drought. To meet these conditions, more formalized religious worship develops, often connected at first to the concept of the fertility of the land and regeneration. And decluttering will definitely include resizing the AC to my window. I was scared it was gonna fall and it was a heat wave and I was under duress. So I just stuffed some cloth around the edges until I had my wits together to put it right, but I'll put it right. You'll see. I'm just loving every shirt I have. I don't know how to pare this down to just 9 shirts. So I think I'll just make a pile of the shirts and then go through them, once they're all there, so I'm not seeing each one freshly as a surprise and being like, oh, I love that shirt. One stipulation I made to just make the whole thing easier was if it's not 100% cotton, linen, some breathable natural material, then I would just throw it out. If it's a plastic, polyester, viscose, rayon. Only in a couple cases where the item was just so precious to me, I kept it. But no, I was pretty cutthroat.
I'm overwhelmed. I already need a break. I'm gonna take a break.
Where am I going? Oh my god, what a beautiful day! I can't believe I'm cleaning inside when I could be out here. Like, do you see how much crap do you see how much time our crap takes up? So much I could have done, but I'm still just dealing with piles of mess. For what? For what? Okay, I don't care if I mess up because I don't care.
I learned in Japan there's a frequent habit they do called zoukin gake. So they have a wet rag that's been wrung out so as not to be too wet on the wooden floor, and you use two hands and slide it from one end all the way to the other using your body, and they cover the entire mass of the floor or the area in that way. And I mixed white vinegar and water. I think, yeah, that is what I did. And then I've since used other chemicals. At one point I used like one of those like spray cleaners that is not natural ingredients, so they probably don't use stuff like that. But I was being reckless, I guess. But I like the natural materials. I like the good smelling oils. I got like a Method floor cleaner. That was nice. My brain doesn't work in a way where I am necessarily gonna clear everything out first before I clean the floor. I like to clean as I go and just handle things as I go. It's just more rewarding for me, and that's how I like to work. Like this closet's been the bane of my life, so I'm not even gonna wait to empty it. I'm just gonna start cleaning the floor. Also, there's a humongous carpet in the middle of this room, which I just sweated through my soul removing from underneath which I spent a long time removing from under the bed, under the furniture, and I rolled it up. But I was so tired of being in this this toasty loop in my bedroom of this like thick hot carpet, and it's been there for a while, right? So if a carpet's been there a while, maybe you want to not have it or deep clean it, because stuff gets caught in there, and then you're breathing it, and like mites, right? Like mites are in there, like eating skin cells. I would rather have a hardwood floor. Well, some friends from Turkey actually were visiting and were pointing out that there's this preferred floor mat they use to like these kind of thick carpets. Here, I'm just gonna let you guys declutter in quiet. I'm wiping down, and then I start talking again. I'm wiping down the walls and doors as well, some of the frames. There's also a practice of washing walls and just washing everything. I like the idea of washing the whole room, starting over, not letting, I think I'm gonna start throwing out the trash every day. I want my room to smell so fresh. I don't want any, like, sitting, even like cans or bottles of anything. I just think I'm ready to just be more responsible in a way that's good for myself, and just like a practical sort of way. It's too expensive, you guys. It's too expensive otherwise. It's actually just bad economics. Like, clutter is bad economics. You guys, I love these slow bathtub shots because it reminds me of the cooking shots in that Chinese movie Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. You know what I mean? So satisfying.
Hello?
Oh, hello. Can I speak to Mr.
Not today, Satan. I got cleaning to do. Okay, don't scream. That's not a real viper on my shoe, but I did sew that to the right foot shoe, which corresponds with the snake bite I got on my right foot, and that's why I got that big scar on my leg. I don't know if you noticed that. You probably noticed it. Well, there it is. Ta-da! Are you scrolling your phone? Put your phone down. It's time to clean! Why are all the trash bags still here? Well, because you have to recycle and separate the recycling from the trash, and that is tedious, and I just throw everything in one bag, and then I separate them later. I also ran out of plastic bags. I mean, the clear plastic bags. They make you buy clear plastic bags to recycle. Okay, I'm about to go through all my shoes, deliberate, and love them all and want to keep them all, and then I notice imperfections, and in the end I throw most of them away. And you know what? Now that I'm doing voiceover and it's been a few days, I don't miss these shoes. Here I am being like, I love these shoes. I sewed these shoes back together. I got them at Rainbow. I do love them, but I don't know. It's a weird use of the word love, like, whatever. So these shoes end up having, like, nicks and scuffs. Right, so basketball shoes, they're too big. They're too big for me. But I just love them. But yeah, again, love. But and then those shoelaces had broken, and I don't know. I was just like, I don't need these, you know. And a lot of the shoes that you can get today don't have the best support. Like a lot of them are made like just kind of flat or shapeless. So, but what it lacks in support, it makes up for in flare, right? So like these flare shoes sometimes. So I love these shoes. I love a mule shoe. I love these backless shoes. Those platforms, those metallic platforms, I would wear those with socks. I'm not a huge fan of the pilgrim buckle looking thing, but I just, you know, it was a quince. It was a quince mule shoe. And then those white ones I had worn all over Prague, and they're so cute and they're so comfortable, but they were scuffed up on the front because I'd worn them too much. So the problem with me in shoes is I personally believe I have excellent taste in shoes across the board. There they are. Those are the Prague shoes. Oh, they're so good. You can walk for a long time and not feel uncomfortable. But right, so I used to live in Seattle, what was that, 2012? And I would get a pair of shoes from that thrift shop on Capitol Hill where Macklemore did his music video for thrift shop. But they always had like the cheapest, most excellent shoes, and I would wear them out. I would just wear them until they fell apart. And I guess that's just what I continue to do. I have a Lobo sweater, a Lobo hoodie from U&M that's bedazzled with rhinestones in the same manner. So I just really loved it with those shoes, but it's okay. Right, okay, dance shoes. I just, you know, you just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. Because if, I don't know, if they look too scuffed up, it's just, I don't know. Just these little details matter if you're trying to do a thing. But also, that's just the way it is. Okay. So yeah, I love those. I got those in Arkansas. They're Justin boots by Reba McEntire, but they immediately, when I got some snow on them, it wasn't that long, I got a little snow on them. It just started snowing, and then it never left. The mark it made on the suede, I couldn't get it out. I even took it to a shoe place, and they tried to get it out, and I couldn't get it out. So I ended up keeping up these. I love these so much. And then, but as of now, the bottom and the back on that shoe has come apart from the top of that shoe, like that Seattle thrift store thing I was talking about. I wear these shoes out because I walk all the time. Yeah. Okay, Eva, we get it. They are your favorite shoes. Thanks. Okay. I guess I should edit some of this out. Like, you guys are probably trying to clean. Okay. So I'm lighting up my writing desk. I'm going to clean that next. It's a main surface in my room. It always gets covered with things. I have a hard time not creating piles when I have so much stuff. So that's why it's important to throw things away. Even if you love it, even if it's great, you just got to make decisions. Wait, let me show you this really powerful symbol on my desk. Okay, I don't need a bowl. I didn't need a bowl, but I really wanted this bowl because someone who was taking the welding class at the Art Students League found a piece of scrap metal. It was a flat plate of metal. And he pounded it with a hammer, some sort of mallet, for 5 hours, over 2 days, over a period of 2 days. And he pounded it into this bowl shape. And when I see this bowl, I sense this powerfulness of it being formed into a new shape. So it was well worth it to me when I was talking to him at his locker, and he incidentally pulled it out because he was going through it, and I was like, "What is that?" So I offered a little money, and he took it, and now it's my bowl. I love drinking coffee out of bowls, and I love these pounded metal bowls, and I love all bowls, and I love bowls from Mexico a lot too. Let's look at it a little closer. Just look at the bowl. I've got my winter wardrobe in a box. Do I need 4 hats? Yes. I might actually have more, but these are my favorite 4. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back in the closet, but meanwhile, I really want to get this desk done. It's a video I've wanted to do, and it's an actual cleaning I've wanted to do. Okay, let's see. Because I feel like if I had this desk like properly set up, then I would be a writing fool and a publishing fool and the master of correspondence. Do I just take everything off the table and then reset it? Or is it more fun as a video to like do one thing at a time? Well, I still have to one thing at a time take it off. Oh God, I always do this. I've like, okay. Why do I keep this? Why do I keep this? Well, because I love Keenan and Kel. And I have an idea that one day I might come up with a vlog where I too need to wear something from a fast food spot. In this case, Krispy Kreme. Got this in Atlanta. I was going on the Amtrak. My uncle bought me like half a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts for the trip. I'm like, I'm not eating 6 donuts on the train. Okay. But I will. I mean, I don't know where else this would go, but I guess for now I'll just take it off again so I have at least a clear space to reimagine this. Oh, am I pointing this upward like an idiot? Oh my god, you guys. Okay. Right. Okay, last is this part. I will never get rid of these. I'm like, it would be so nice if I could take some of this and make it this like inspiration wall here, but I don't really have the... I don't want to like make holes in the wall. I could, but I know she spackled it for me to use it here, so maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. But let's get this off anyway.
Bad bitches can't work regular jobs.
100% agree. Okay, back to cleaning. Right. I'm like, is there a better place in here for this writing desk? I mean, no, I like it here by the window. Yep. I love how it's all the same kind of wood tone. Okay, so little stuff can go in little drawers, but this big drawer should be used for like just the big flat stuff. That makes sense, right? I got 4 small and 1 large. No small things in here, only large flat. This small can go somewhere else. Keep it out. The serenity I feel for this desk is so powerful.
Make their identity, having been in the army. Kind of military tactics though. So he has a first wife. This is Adam's mother, she dies.
Okay, I was wiping down these 2 windows to clean them today. I've lived here for almost 2 years. And I was right. Now years old when I learned this is a cabinet. What? You guys. And another mirror. Tell me why I've been sitting here with all this stuff for 2 years, like off to the side, cluttering up the vanity table, which is still cluttered up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right now this ends. This ends right now. Oh my God. And then I can get my pen dispenser back, my like office supply thing back, which I was like, this is great for makeup, but no. Now it has a home. Oh, I didn't clean it. Where's, okay. This is how I found out in the first place. Ah, I was cleaning it. I hadn't even thought to open. I'm like, it's not possible I haven't cleaned the mirror in 2 years. I must have just not noticed. This is exciting. I can't believe it. I just can't believe this. I don't need that vanity table. I can use it for a self-portrait painting desk because this is fine lighting. Better lighting at the vanity table, which has none except for like one-sided light from a window. Not helpful. Okay, I could get some containers for this, but oh, and I can move the shelves. Oh my gosh, what? How do I do that? Like this, hold on. Fantastic. Is this like another Bauhaus invention? You know, that artist group that did so much for architecture and design? I think they democratized furniture and creativity of, yeah, spatial design, personalizing your own space. Okay, yes. I think we wouldn't have IKEA without the Bauhaus movement. I don't, okay. Great. As I stock this cabinet, I become a little self-conscious that, hey, maybe I have what looks like more than a minimalist's amount of makeup and nail polish and lipsticks and other thing. Especially for someone who doesn't really wear that much makeup. But I have gone through them a lot, off and on, over the years. I have gotten rid of things. Will I get rid of more? I could, but yeah, at one point I got rid of like all my nail polish, and then I was like, well, gosh, I need like something, so I got a few back, but I don't know, maybe that's too many lipsticks. Ooh, I should make some matcha, like to celebrate that I don't have to clean anymore. I just finished the cleaning. I'm editing this video now that you're watching. I've got these great things hidden here because there's too much stuff. So I'm gonna make matcha real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh, actually, I can use this stone tile coaster. And I can finish these cherry pie paintings because now that I've decluttered, after 2 whole years, I can start finishing these things that need finishing. Like the raffle coming up for cherry picking at Wildfire Project. I'm raffling off 2 cherry pies. These are the grisaille underpaintings, and I'm going to go over with color glazes in oil. How are you enjoying my vlog so far? Do you feel inspired to clean an area of your space? Like, I sure hope so. I worked hard on this. Okay, let's watch. Oh dang, what a good vlog. I've got all these great things hidden here because there's too much stuff, so I miss things. Oh, it's prettier. I thought I didn't have any scissors, and here they are at the bottom. It's like never enough decluttering, you know? But not this time. This time it will be
maybe enough decluttering. Okay, this maybe needs its own. Nope. Alright. Nail clips. Too many nail clips. Probably. It's just that sometimes one goes dull, right? And then you, what do you do? So it's good to have backup, but maybe I put the backups underneath the sink so I don't open this and see 5 nail clips. I knew I had something. Okay. Do that. This I do use, so no. Put that there. I'm going to combine these small ones with these big ones. Let's do this.
In this next section, you're going to see my office supply dispenser has some kind of powder in it, and I was like, what is that from? What did I do? And I realized I had moved the pencils over, which were shaking this powder. The pencils had been in this mason jar, and I'm like, what's in there? And it's the remaining ashes of my stepfather, Herb Snitzer. I was going to put these in a painting. We had laid his ashes around some mountains in New Mexico, and around Banjo Bob's. I ran around Banjo Bob's. Oh, here's a bear sleeping outside. Bear, I'm trying to tell them about Herb's ashes. What are you doing? Okay, so I found a more respectable place for Herb's ashes in the jar behind this gourd that my biological father had cut and dried, and I had found it in his abandoned home in Portugal the Algarve when I went to visit a few years ago. So that's the those are the male figures there in my family on my shelf. And yeah, I was a little surprised that I messed up so bad with that jar. I'm like, how did I lose track of what this jar was? And I realized I'd had the jar in a brown paper bag, and during the decluttering I had taken it out because I was going to put it elsewhere, and then it just got lost in the shuffle, and I mistook it for a normal mason jar, not an urn holding a body.
Interesting, check out this playlist on covert operations, or this video here on your average infiltrating Chris Cappy, ending transmission.
I did it. There's the music room. It's all empty. You guys. But outside is another story now, because now everything's back out. So I have to re-clean the room again. That's okay. It's called process. It's called a process. This is not a setback. This is progress. You guys want to hear this? You guys want to hear me play this? This is called learning. I'm not looking at the paper. I'm just playing from memory. and I've got these picks on my fingers and it's awkward and clunky. And I never practice because my room's cluttered and I'm insane. So I'm finally getting to teach this to myself so I can play it right. And go on to write my own music on this beautiful Portuguese coimbra guitar. But anyone can practice. Anyone can practice and make it perfect. Like, yes, that's impressive. But don't you want to hear how it develops? How I mess up, but I still love it? Who cares? Still a big damn mess, but I guess still getting better. All right, something I learned from a jewelry maker named Jack Biggio, is that clasps break. People buy jewelry thinking that the clasps are not going to break and that it's going to last forever, and that the hardest thing to safeguard against as a jewelry maker is the clasps breaking, these small joints where things connect breaking. And so you want to do your best to reinforce it. There's no guarantees. And so I've thought about that ever since he told me that. And so this filigree Portuguese heart, it's not real. I feel like this would be like $5,000 if real gold or something. I don't know. But this was $7 at a thrift store in Lisbon, and I don't want, so I can hang my necklaces on these jewelry hangers, and I could hang it from here. But I'm thinking, so to not put pressure on the clasp with it like hanging and causing weight, I'm going to instead hang the piece from here. Now maybe that also causes a little bit of weight here. Maybe I shouldn't be hanging it at all. Maybe I should be laying this flat down. I was thinking though I could just put it like that, and then at least like I can see it more easily. But oh wait, let's go wrong. Ay! Jesus Christ. This is literally an emergency right now. Because I want to be able to close this. I don't want this to be overflowing. That just looks messy. No, this can go in here. That's not too big. These I don't want to wear. They're not pierced. And also I just bought them to paint. I bought them as like reference blood diamonds. Not Africa. Exploitative jewel system blood. I mean like literally a blood drop. But that looks like a diamond. So I want to get good at painting that. So this is more of an art prop, so maybe it doesn't go here. And here's a viper fang, like the one that bit me. Are you noticing a pattern? This is what I got left. It's not, it doesn't seem that much better. I guess because it's not. I guess because it's kind of a wreck still.
A sauna when you step outside. Yeah, according to meteorologists, Washington, D.C. right now is hotter than 99% of the rest of the world right now. Only a few places like in sub-Saharan Africa and a few locations in China are actually hotter than Washington, D.C. Here's the sign right here. Andrew Liven posted this. The Great American State Fair was closed due to heat. Everyone must exit until 5 p.m., but I think it's going to be much longer than that. You have Julie and Andrian over at Dropsite. Shout out to the guys at Dropsite, the people at Dropsite. They do great work. Here's what he just posted. Great American State Fair postponed because multiple attendees passed out due to heat stroke. I was there filming a Dropsite news vlog, and I personally witnessed 3 people pass out. The number is likely higher than 7 total. Take a look at this interview that Julia did with a staff member who was there at the so-called Great American State Fair. Folks, there is an emergency going down right now. State regime media is covering it up. Corporate news is covering it up. Julian's got the scoop here. Play this clip. Now, this is how it was being reported on state regime media, which calls itself Fox. They said, we saw a few thousand people out here. Today was actually one of the most heavily attended events, and it was going to be great. But now we've got to push everybody out. Yesterday, you all told people to show up, and that the way to show your patriotism, to show that you're a true patriot to Donald Trump, was to suffer in 104-degree weather. Y'all are culpable for this. Here, play this clip.
Great American State Fair, they are closing it for the time being. We're just getting word of this. Due to the heat, Mark Meredith is there. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, Sandra, I can confirm the heat is absolutely a major factor here. We are.
This is it. That's all that's left.
I was in central Pennsylvania.
I know, because I read your book.
That's right. Well, you know what? Somebody did sing "Proud to be an American" at every fair, and there were in the town fireworks that the fire department would put on that you get really bummed out if you couldn't go because it was raining. And I grew up with a very firm sense of America being good, just based on where I grew up. I grew up around, and granted, it is deep Trump country. It didn't always vote Republican, but now it is. Even the numbers of voters have really climbed in the Trump era. I think one of the reasons I was never attracted to the Democratic Party as a young person is I felt like they didn't like America as much as I did, or as much as I wanted people to like America. I always was like, look at how great the
I'm just deep in a full-on heat wave at this point, and that AC unit is sort of helping, but I mean, really, honestly, like barely. It's just coming from all directions, and I think no matter what you set the AC to, it can only cool it, what, like 15 degrees less than what it is outside?
Well, I'm so tired. There's this thing where when you're climbing a mountain. Okay, so I thought I had 20 minutes left of like this decluttering work. I was like, I'll just wake up tomorrow morning. This was last night. I'll wake up tomorrow morning and like I'll have a coffee, and in 20 minutes I'll get this done, and then I can just work on the video all day. Anyway, it's probably around, I don't know, 2 now. And it's reminding me of like the last climb up those tall mountains like in Colorado or parts of New Mexico, where like you've been climbing and you think you're reaching the peak. Like you think you're at the peak and it looks like the peak, and it's like you're like, wow, I'm like 4 steps away. But then you get up there and it's like the hardest part of the journey, and it actually takes like, I don't know, maybe half an hour to go what you thought would be like a minute. I'm thinking more like in snow, but I feel like that's also true for non-snow. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you always go to the peak and then you think you're there, but actually it's like surprise, and then there's this sort of rigorous like time you have to spend at the top, and then you finally get there and you're like almost mad you did it, like because you're like, what, this is never ending, and then it's like feeling really good. So I'm at that part where it's like I felt like I was winning, but now I'm like kind of frustrated, stuck. But it's really like Eva just finished like these last few things, but you like doubt yourself. It's like, is it a few things? Like, what am I doing? Like, where am I? What is this? How many days have I been doing this in a heat wave? Okay, look how red I am. I'm just lying on the floor. I can't even stand. It's just so hot. I had to turn off my air to record this so you guys can hear me. What is this? Okay. Wait a minute. I'm an all-powerful being. Why am I doing this backwards? I did it. I did it. I can't believe it. I'm sitting here in a state of absolute disbelief. It's
been almost 2 years. You know how the cosmos is deep? That's the peace I feel. I'm not gonna have to do this again. Not like before. I mean, I got everything out. Like I did it. I did it. I feel like a hostage, like like a rescued hostage person, and the news is like, how do you feel? And they're just like kind of like tripping over it because they're still processing it. I'm still processing my freedom from the clutter, my freedom from my job, my freedom from expectations from others. I just really am needing a time in my life for a little bit, or like forever, really for a little bit, where I am not answering to anybody. My brain needs to rest. I am freshly showered. I've rolled my hair up in a silk Burberry scarf. I'm just in this state of such contentment. I don't want anything. Just want to keep feeling this feeling I feel. Okay. Well, now that I'm not dying of distractions, I can do things like tend to my hair and do some details, give it a twirl and a curl and a swirl. Shake it out. I don't think I brushed it before. It doesn't matter. Oh, me? Oh, what? Oh, me with the hair? What do you... Woo! It's not New Year's yet, but it's always just around the corner. So start your decluttering today. Because, as I said, the New Year's right around the corner. Goodbye.